Queen Boudicca, a tale of rebellion and defiance. In the annals of history, few figures stand as symbols of resistance and bravery quite like Queen Boudicca. Her story unfolds in the 1st century AD, in a land that would one day be known as England, under the shadow of the mighty Roman Empire. Boudicca was the queen of the Iceni, a tribe that lived in what is now Norfolk, in eastern England. The Iceni, during the early Roman occupation of Britain, were initially allies of Rome, having willingly come under the empire's protection. Boudicca's husband, King Prasutagus, ruled as a nominally independent ally of Rome. But upon his death, the tides of fortune turned dramatically for Boudicca and her people. The historical accounts of what happened to Queen Boudicca's daughters are both tragic and a key factor in igniting her rebellion against Roman rule. According to the most widely cited sources, including the Roman historians Tacitus and Cassius Dio, after the death of Boudicca's husband, King Prasutagus of the Iceni, the Roman authorities committed grave injustices against his family. Prasutagus had been an ally of Rome and had hoped to secure his kingdom and family's safety by bequeathing his kingdom jointly to his daughters and the Roman emperor. However, the Romans ignored his will. The Romans annexed the kingdom and seized the property and lands belonging to the Iceni, effectively disregarding the rights and status of Boudicca and her daughters. Boudicca herself was subjected to humiliating and brutal treatment. Tacitus records that she was flogged by Roman soldiers. Most egregiously and tragically, Boudicca's daughters were said to have been raped by Roman soldiers. This heinous act was a gross violation of their personal safety and dignity, and a direct affront to the royal family of the Iceni. The death of Prasutagus set in motion a series of above tragic events. The Roman authorities, dismissing his will, annexed his kingdom, brutally mistreated Boudicca and her daughters, and seized the lands and possessions of the Iceni nobility. These acts of injustice and cruelty ignited a fierce anger in Boudicca, spurring her to take a stand against the might of Rome. Demonstrating remarkable leadership, Boudicca united various tribes, including the Trinovantes, who were also aggrieved by Roman oppression. She emerged not only as a queen, but as a war leader, rallying her people with the promise of freedom from Roman tyranny. In 60 or 61 AD, Boudicca's forces launched a widespread revolt. They first targeted Camulodunum, also known as Colchester, a symbol of Roman occupation and the site of a temple dedicated to the former Emperor Claudius. The city was razed, and its inhabitants were slaughtered. The rebellion then swept through Londinium, also known as London, and Verulamium, modern day, known as St. Albans. These cities, too, fell to Boudicca's rampaging army, which was characterized by its ferocity and determination. The Romans, caught off guard, were unable to defend these settlements effectively. The Roman governor of Britain, Gaius Suetonius Paulinus, initially engaged in military campaigns in Wales. However, news of the revolt forced him to turn his attention to Boudicca's uprising. Gathering his forces, Paulinus prepared to confront the rebel army. The exact location of the final battle remains unknown, but it was a decisive and brutal confrontation. Boudicca's army, though vast in numbers, was less disciplined and heavily reliant on sheer force and momentum. In contrast, the Roman troops, though outnumbered, were well-trained and strategically adept. The battle ended in a catastrophic defeat for Boudicca's forces. The Romans, using their superior military tactics, inflicted heavy casualties on the Britons. This defeat effectively quashed the rebellion and reasserted Roman dominance in Britain. The circumstances of Boudicca's death are shrouded in mystery. Some sources claim she took her own life to avoid capture, while others suggest she fell ill and died. Regardless of the exact manner of her death, Boudicca's legacy was firmly cemented in history. Following the rebellion, the Romans re-established control over the region, but not without a change in approach. The excessively harsh policies were somewhat moderated, perhaps a recognition of the dangers of pushing subjected peoples too far. Centuries later, Boudicca remains a powerful symbol of resistance against oppression. Her story has been romanticized and mythologized, Often seen as a David versus Goliath tale of a courageous underdog standing against a colossal empire, historians view Boudicca's revolt as both a response to Roman imperialism and a clash of vastly different cultures. It highlights the complexities of colonization, resistance, and the struggle for autonomy. Over time, Boudicca has been celebrated in literature, art, and folklore. She has been portrayed as a heroine, a tragic figure, and a national symbol, especially in Britain, where she is seen as an embodiment of strength and determination. In modern times, there has been a re-examination of Boudicca's role and impact. She is often seen as a precursor to later movements for independence and freedom, a forerunner in the long line of those who stood up against subjugation. Archaeological discoveries, such as the layer of ash in London dating to the period of the rebellion, provide tangible links to Boudicca's story. These remnants offer insights into the scale and impact of her uprising. Boudicca's story invites reflection on the nature of power, rebellion, and the human spirit. It raises questions about the costs of empire and the price of resistance, themes that resonate throughout history. Today, Boudicca stands alongside other historical figures who defied the odds and stood up to oppressive powers. Her tale is not just one of defeat, but of enduring spirit and the quest for justice. As we look back on the life and legacy of Queen Boudicca, we are reminded of the enduring power of the human spirit to challenge injustice. Her story, woven into the fabric of history, continues to inspire and captivate, a testament to the timeless allure of the fight for freedom and dignity. If you found this video helpful, please like this video. Share your thoughts in comments section and subscribe us to watch more videos like this.